The top shooting caused a spike in extreme risk protection orders. Police don't alert us when they do it. So Chief Investigative Reporter Berkeley Breen has to find them by going through hundreds of court filings. One case started with a desperate phone call.
And then it just got progressively worse and worse and worse, and until we ended up to the moment that caused the alarm.
What was that moment?
Well, she sent me a video of herself holding a gun to her head, telling me that she was going to kill herself, and it was all my fault.
Carol got the video from her sister in April. We changed Carol's name and voice to try to protect her sister.
Lightly, I took it as a very, very serious threat. And so that's when I made the call.
Carol's 911 call came to a deputy here on the west side of the county. He went to her sister's home and he arranged for her to get to the hospital. Then he found and seized the gun. 2 days later, he filed a temporary extreme risk protection order, and a week later, the court made it final. The order, known as an ERPO, lets police keep the guns and bans the person from getting a gun.
Do they save lives?
They do.
Lisa Geller works for the Johns Hopkins Center for Gun Violence Solutions. They just studied the impact of ERPOs on suicides in 4 states.
And what they found was that for every approximately 17 ERPOs issued, 1 suicide was prevented.
Suicides make up the majority of gun deaths in America. Of the 4 ERPOs I found filed in Monroe County this year, all of them were filed by a deputy in the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. And in every single one, the person with the gun or access to a gun was distraught and threatening to kill themselves. Since 2019, 232 temporary and or final ERPOs were issued in Monroe County. It's near 29,000 in the state. Using the Johns Hopkins math of 1 suicide prevented for every 17 orders, that equals 13 lives saved in Monroe County, 1,600 in New York State.
Do you think that, at least for the time being, that has saved your sister's life?
Absolutely. I do. I actually, after I spoke with you yesterday, I called my mother. We both actually feel very, very secure, and we have comfort in knowing that with that in place, she could no longer hurt herself or potentially anybody else or myself or my mother.
So I want to show you the chart of ERPOs in New York State. Why does it go up like a hockey stick right here? Well, that is the Tops mass murder in Buffalo. And after that event, the state passed a law encouraging police to file ERPOs and expanded the list of people who can do it. Brett, the trend shows across the country that states enact ERPO laws after a mass shooting. Florida did it after the Parkland school shooting back in 2018.
So, Burke, how does this get around the Second Amendment?
So I asked Lisa Geller about that, and she told me these ERPOs are based on long-standing domestic violence laws.
These are not intended to be permanent orders. They're time limited, and once the order is up for expiration, if there is no cause to extend or renew the order, that individual is able to get their firearms back.
So 21 states have ERPO laws. Brett, I spoke to the president of SCOPE, which advocates for gun owners and tracks what they believe to be bad gun laws in New York. The president said on the one hand they believe in responsible gun ownership. On the other hand, they don't believe that ERPOs provide due process. I should say, according to the case that I told you about in this story, that gun was illegally possessed.
Interesting stuff. Burke, thank you.